The Bug Bux Podcast.
We didn't come from the industry. Zero connection, zero book of business, completely boots on the ground, starting something different. We saw a demographic maybe not getting served to its full potential. Having been on the consumer side, I was certainly let down by a few things that are kind of standard. We get a lot of pushback on this. We don't do contracts. And personally, if you're doing a great job, I'm not going to cancel you.
Yeah.
So I want our service to keep the attachment, not some binding paper that
I like that.
you're upset about and feel shackled to us.
Right. And then that's the real drive on customer service, right? And that goes from the top of the organization all the way down.
We've learned that if you get them to 18 months, they're only going to cancel if they move, death in the family, lose a job, family event.
I always say we're not in the bug business, we're in the trust business, and people have to trust you.
Can we talk about that?
Sure.
How did you feel like the industry wasn't meeting your needs particularly?
So,
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Bug Bux Podcast. I'm your host, Alan Draper. I'm really excited about our episode. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see that I'm not in my office. We have a on-site recording, which I always get excited about. Before we get to that, Bug Bux Con, you've probably heard about it. You're probably holding off on registering for some weird reason, but make sure that you sign up. There's actually limited spots. Our venue's never big enough. I think we're limiting it to 140 PCOs this year. So I don't know where we're going to be at by the time this episode drops, but just make sure that you get registered. The way to find the link is to go to our Facebook group, Bug Bux Plus. Just type in Facebook, go to Facebook, BUG-BUX. Find us there. You'll find all the information you need. So make sure you do that. All right. Really excited about our guest today. So I'm going to start with Heather. Heather Williamson is a serial entrepreneur with a track record of building customer service-driven businesses rooted in integrity, loyalty, and long-term relationships. She believes service industries should feel personal, not transactional. I like that. And has built her reputation on raising the standard of care for customers. As co-founder of Peppermint Pest Control, Heather brings a relentless focus on experience, communication, and doing business the right way every time. And her partner, Riley Johnson, earned her master's degree in sports management and originally planned to pursue a completely different career path before an unexpected opportunity led her into the pest control industry. She quickly applied her background in leadership, operations, and performance strategy to help build a company centered on excellence. With a strong analytical mindset and a commitment to high-level customer experience, Riley is focused on elevating industry standards and proving that service businesses can be both professional and deeply personal.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
thanks.
Thank you.
You're so
That
talented.
was too good. That was too good.
I mean,
I know, what an intro.
I'm sure
That
there's so
way
much that
too
we
sweet.
left out, but for people that so we have a YouTube channel. We post all these episodes on YouTube. I think we get like 1,000 weekly visitors. For the people that are just listening to the podcast, you need to go to YouTube. You're not going to want to miss this, just so you can see their outfits. Like, I'm really big into like company swag.
Yes.
So
is
are we.
she.
But I mean,
Yes.
it's incredible because Peppermint just has an entire like brand. I feel like. Tell me about that.
Well, it actually happened super organically.
No pun intended.
No tongue in cheek there. But like we were talking about with you, searching for a name, kind of trying to think what we wanted to bring differently. Plant derived was definitely at the top of the list, and Peppermint Pest Control like popped into my head. Literally love pink and green, always have since like 3 years old. So it just felt very true to me. And then we Googled Peppermint Pest to see if it existed and found out it was a natural pesticide. Like, we didn't even know that when we came up with the
That's
name.
incredible.
So yeah, then it just went from there.
Yeah, it's stuck.
So the first thing that came to my mind was, I don't know if you use IC3.
A little bit.
So it has a minty smell to it. It's an
Yes.
organic, plant derived.
Yep.
So that, and mint is like one of the main ingredients in it. So.
Yes, peppermint is in all of our custom tailored solutions. So it's become a big thing for us.
Yeah, it's become
and
a
we
hit.
do love branding. We love merch. We love swag. We love giving our friends and family outfitted in peppermint. So it's been fun to just create the brand on that side of things too.
It's so unique. I know, I don't know, over 1,000 different companies. So just in our Facebook group, we have over 5,300 pest control owners.
Yeah.
And you have to be an owner to be in the group.
Right.
And a lot of us do things like, I feel like we're like rubber stamp, in some
Yes.
ways. In other ways, we're different. But just one look at you guys, it's like, okay, is it entirely female owned?
Yes.
Okay, just that.
Just the two of us.
And sometimes pest control is a good old boys club.
Sure
right?
is. Sure.
it
Not
feel-
sometimes. I'd say all the time.
Right? It feels like it's one of those
Yeah.
industries
Yes,
where,
for sure.
I don't know why it lends itself sometimes. We're in crawl spaces, we're on route. Yeah, I don't know.
Totally.
And so just that at the start, then the peppermint and the outfits, and I've seen some of your videos on social media. It's just complete. You're doing it like nobody else is doing it.
Yes.
Yeah, that was definitely the goal, is to like just come on the scene, because I think some of the strength is that we didn't come from the industry. We're just two gals saying like, oh, this is such a cool industry. It's definitely an essential industry. Obviously bugs are everywhere. And I think we're bringing our strengths of, the customer service. And I think branding and marketing is something that we were so keen on having, because there's so many pest control companies and you can kind of get lost in the sauce. And so I think it was from the get-go of like, where can we stand out? What can we do differently? And yeah, the branding was 100%. Just, that's probably one of our greatest feedbacks, is like, oh my gosh, you guys are so,
Yeah.
if nothing else,
If
we
nothing
will
else,
make
we
you
know how
laugh.
to, we know how to brand something.
on Instagram
But
and TikTok.
I
That's
would
awesome.
say that was a focus for sure. Obviously, it makes no sense to come into an industry and just do what everyone else is doing. So we saw a demographic maybe not getting served to its full potential. Having been on the consumer side, I was certainly let down by a few things that are kind of standard across the board. So we feel that we're doing things differently. Otherwise, we wouldn't have started it. Because another thing different about us is, like she already touched on, we didn't come from the industry. I haven't met anyone that didn't work for someone, didn't work for five
Some
people.
connection at some
yes,
level. Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely. Right.
Like, so zero connection, zero book of business, zero anything. Just came on completely boots on the ground,
That's cool.
starting something different.
So, I mean, you mentioned that there was a hole in the industry, right? And I think when you start a business, it's always a good place to start from when you're like solving a problem that you felt personally. It's like, hey, there's got to be a better way, right? Can we talk about that?
Sure.
How did you feel like the industry wasn't meeting your needs particularly?
So I'm not going to say positive or negative, but clearly a differentiator is that I am a woman. And so I feel a lot of the deciding parties in households are the females.
Exactly.
So I know how it felt. I know how it felt to
Yes.
be sold. I know how it felt to be serviced after that sale and communicated with. And that's where I saw, like, I don't particularly love that. And we're talking about a price point that isn't crazy by any means, but it's significant monthly expense. And to be willing to pay that monthly or bi-monthly and not receive something that feels equal to that value, was the hole we saw. A big one was, and we get a lot of pushback on this, we don't do contracts. And every pest control company out there hates that we don't.
Yes.
Says that we're, not going to be able to prove our value. And, contracts are just so essential because homeowners do wacky things like take your free service and then cancel. And I get it. Yes, there are those, situations, but we were in a contract and scraped our house to rebuild, and the pest control would not let us out of our contract. So
You're
there was
like, we don't have a
literally
house.
dirt. We're
Right.
not living there. There's no house.
Wait, that doesn't make sense.
But they would not let us out of our contract.
Okay,
so
that's something to not do.
We paid monthly for 2 more years to, because otherwise it
Goodness.
was just paying the bulk payment to get out of the contract, which was erroneous. So that was just a super bad taste in my mouth. And once we kind of talked to, again, not the industry itself, but on the consumer side, we brought that up, and there were so many stories of the same, not exact same kind of thing, but oh my gosh, yeah, I had this hardship, and that was just an expense I couldn't afford, but no, I was locked in.
Right.
Or, I rented my house, I moved. There's stories all over the place.
Yeah.
And the contract thing is just like so icky. Like personally, if you're doing a great job, I'm not going to cancel you.
Yeah.
So I want our service
Yeah.
to keep the attachment, not some binding paper that,
I like that.
you're upset about and feel shackled to us.
Right. And then that's the real drive on customer service, right? And that goes from the top of the organization all the way down, to the bottom. And so I think that kind of transitions into, who we bring on for any role as a technician, account manager, blah, 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 all that stuff. So I think, again, like I said, this is essential. Bugs are everywhere, but I think I always say we're not in the bug business. We're in the trust business. And people have to trust you. And I think once you build that trust and that customer service, that relationship, it's really hard to go elsewhere. So yeah, we've been lucky enough to just build off that and grow off that. And I think, moving forward, I'd love to be just a referable company that everyone loves and wants to use because we're just really, really cool.
Bug Bux is proud to partner with JT Eaton. JT Eaton is a family-owned and operated manufacturer of quality pest control products since 1932. Did you know that JT Eaton invented the first bait block and the first manufactured rodent glue trap? Since then, JT Eaton has continued to innovate with products like Little Pete Multiple Catch Mouse Trap, Zendo Zone's fruit fly traps, cleverly disguised as succulent plants, and the new stretch long extension poles that collapse to 3 feet and extend to 15 feet. JT Eaton is JT awesome. I can definitely see that. It's, what's funny is, and maybe I'm spilling too much tea here, but at least with our company,
Spill it.
I guess that's what this is for, right? That's why we're here. I only have one goal with my contract, and that's to get somebody to 18 months. And the funny thing is that I don't really have contracts over 12 months.
Okay.
And if you can do that without the contract, that's all I'm really after, because we've learned that if you get them to 18 months, they're only going to cancel if they move, death in the family, lose a job, family event, or they scrape their house, right?
Right.
And the funny thing is that in all of those cases, we would allow them out anyway.
Right.
But so this, you guys are on to something like monumental here. Let's get them to 18 months without the contract.
Yes,
I hope so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I hope so. We also get comments on both sides about our social media because it is mostly just dorky, funny reels.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of them. I really like them, though.
And
Thank you.
the ideology behind that is we're showing you our personality because so much of a relationship is like, do I vibe with this person?
Yeah.
Do I want them in my house, around my house, playing with my dogs, saying hi to my kids? So we're trying to show our personality. And then when we meet you, obviously we can tell you how much of experts we are on killing bugs.
Yeah, we'll just shoot all the bug knowledge at you.
Yeah, exactly. So we're looking for that opportunity to connect because again, at the end of the day, that's our main goal is like our relationships are foundational.
You know, I think you're really onto something. I mean, you guys already know this. I'm learning this, but I read this study. I think it was some type of pharmaceutical saleswoman, and she would go to physician's office peddling her pharmaceuticals, whatever she's selling.
Okay,
and she found out that people would sue specialists. They would sue like surgeons that performed a knee replacement or whatever, but they wouldn't sue their family practitioners, their physicians, their family physicians.
right.
And I was like, well, why? And she had the same question. So she started investigating it. And so she would ask them. And I don't even know how she got into this. And I'm missing some details here, but the point is that she would ask them and she'd be like, well, he's the one that referred you to the specialist that messed up your knee.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, but I couldn't do that to Dr. Johnson, right? And then I applied it to pest control. And what I learned is that someone will cancel your company. You guys are the exception.
Right.
But they won't quit on a technician. And I've heard this before. I have a partner that lives in Phoenix, actually. And when we opened our branch in Phoenix, which was our 6th branch, we were like, hey, you get free pest control, like your family. And she's like, oh, I'm not canceling my pest control company. And we're like, it's free. Your son owns the company.
Right.
And she's like, there's no way I could do that to John. And it was like, holy cow, what you guys are doing, and I'm just coming up with this, you're flipping it because you're putting your persona out there. And so they know you first. No one knows me at my company, really. A lot of my employees don't know me. I don't really work. I have a CEO.
Right. No, totally.
But you're flipping that so that they're like, now they won't do it to you guys. You own the company. And like, I don't know. I think you're leading with this brand and you're leading with a relationship, the same one that won't cancel because they couldn't do that to you,
That's what we found in talking to people before we started, was that's how so many companies started, where the tech left, started his own,
and
got all his routes because, just
that's
like you
the
said, that's the relationship. So even before we started, we were like, we not only want that with our customers, but we want it with our techs too. Because we don't want to create a situation where it's just the tech feeling like, what do I matter? Or I'm just a cog in this wheel. I should go over, it'd be better if I got it on my own. Like, we're creating an employee culture that everyone that's a part of it, no question, like, this would be way worse if I went on my own. Like, I love it here. Like, this is such a great environment. I'm making the most money out of any tech I know. I'm not having a grueling day. Like, they aren't trying to shove 17 stops on my route. Like, it's about...
It's so important.
Yeah.
Relation, quality. Again, I think we started this business. I mean, I don't want to make millions. I want to make millions and millions, but I think the most important, again, like we've said from the very beginning, is just solely relation. Like, we're building this company to give opportunities for people to work and to love work and all this crazy stuff. So again, didn't know I'd like pest control so much, but here you are, and I'm in it every day. I am the tech. So I have I'm the tech.
What does your uniform look like?
I have green and pink overalls. Sometimes they rotate. And then I have, if I'm wearing pink overalls, it'll be a green long sleeve. And if I'm wearing the green overalls, it'll be a pink long sleeve. And then I have like a rotation of hats. But,
this is awesome.
yeah, again,
You're-
that old school vibe, but bring in that modern day solution of, moving with the technology that we're seeing, constantly evolve. So
I think it's so cool because for the listener, and this is the case with most of my episodes, I don't know how many we've done. We've got to be 400 deep. I don't know, several hundred. It's what I'm trying to get to for the listener is not, this is what you have to do.
Right.
I'm trying to get to, this is how other people have found success. Turn that and make it analogous for what you're trying to do. And this is, I've never heard this before. And I've talked to a lot of owners. My life is pest control. And you can do it any way you want. You're proving that.
Yeah,
so you're wearing pink overalls.
We'll see.
I promise it's all proper protection. Okay? It's all good.
That's awesome.
It's all legal.
Yeah.
But yeah, why not, look good, feel good doing it. And
let's talk growth, real aggressive growth. If your company's already doing $1 million or more in revenue, but you're feeling stuck, it might be time for you to call in somebody who plays at your level. Pesty is the marketing agency built for ambitious pest control operators. They work exclusively with companies doing $1 million plus because that's where their playbook works best. Their clients don't just improve, they scale. 3 of them are actually now on the top PCT 100 list. One wasn't even on the radar a year ago. Another moved up 3 positions. Pesty doesn't chase impressions or fluff metrics. They build campaigns that generate qualified leads, own local search, and push serious operators to the front of the pack. So if you're tired of just getting by with your lead flow, visit pestymarketing.com. That's Pesty, Pesty marketing.com. Pesty's not your vendor, they're your growth engine.
so yeah, it was actually crazy today on my route towards the end. I pulled up to one of our stops and the house right next to it, a Terminex guy was there. And so we went and did our thing. And then on the way out, we kind of sat and chatted, and just a pleasant guy, really, really cool. And gave me some of what he really likes and what he doesn't like. And he didn't come from this industry either. He's 4 years in, but he worked for the AD, basically serving people.
Oh, wow.
And
He's a process server.
Yeah. And he did that for 20 years, I believe is what he said. And then he realized, he's like, crap, I didn't have a pension or 401k. So now I've got to shift.
Yeah.
And kind of gave me his little backstory. And I was like, I love that for you. And he's got his termite, he does termite, general pest. He's got his awesome route. And so I was like, oh, thanks for that tidbit. It was just a really cool conversation of, where he's come from, and he's been in it a little bit. And he goes, the coolest thing I'm going to walk away is your truck is awesome. Your branding, it's just eye-catching and turning. Again, that's so, so important. It's just an absolute gem and awesome to feel and hear that way. But that's probably been our greatest and best feedback is, the branding's there and that. And then, as we develop and grow, we can just continue to get really good at.
Yeah.
Well, because branding is supposed to relay something to the consumer, right? So it's not about being cute, although I think it is. But it's supposed to relay wow, they've paid a lot of attention to detail.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, they're intentional with, the message they're trying to convey. And that translates to service. If I feel like someone is showing up with great presentation, I'm automatically going to be like, okay, you probably have something to say here. Let's hear it. And going back to our audience being a lot of females, making
and that's
the decision.
true for everybody, by the way. It didn't take me but a couple of months before I realized exactly what our demographic is.
Yes.
And I agree 100%. If you're into recurring, decently priced, residential, single family home pest control, you have to get that demographic right, for sure.
100%.
Yes. So that's what we are really trying to invoke with the branding is we care.
Yeah. I think, how do I say this? I've made I've made some money in my career. And before I didn't know this. Making money is cool. I love it. It's not the coolest thing. and I've said this before, this is like my new mantra, but I just want to do cool things with cool people.
Exactly.
Yes.
And like, it took me doing it the wrong way. And I'm really thankful for my journey and successful pest control company and some other things. But it's like, now it's just different. It's like, I don't have the energy to like, I don't know, just do it for to make money or to do a deal with the wrong person just because I'm going to make money. It's just, I don't know. I'm past that.
So true.
Yeah.
Yes, we joke all the time because we could be making more money on the money we've earned, but instead we're deciding to lose money getting into the pest control business.
So true.
That's very well put.
Yes.
But again, so like the intention going in was, hey, we don't really see this level of service prevalent.
Yeah.
And why not be a part of it?
Yeah.
It's so cool. It's so unique. And you could, I don't know why. I think it's an entrepreneur in me, but I don't ever leave good enough alone. But there's so much that you could do just industry wide. I'm not even talking on the consumer side, but just for the industry. Are you involved in women's groups or anything like that?
Yeah. So, not as much as we should be. Again, 2-woman show over here.
Right.
But
We're wearing a lot of hats.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I am a part of the Facebook Women in Pest Control. We have met a couple women-owned pest control companies just randomly throughout. We're actually having lunch with someone who ran a pest control company up in Flagstaff on Monday. Shout out to Rachel. She's awesome. But we've just, met a couple people, and I think slowly are starting to get into the, network groups, meeting people. Those people are very small right now, but I think, as we grow and get in, it's definitely something we want to get into, if not create something where, a lot of these minds can just sit and collaborate.
There are some incredible women in pest control, and sometimes they're in the background a little bit for lots of different reasons. Some choose to be.
Right.
So my very first, I'm redoing the Bug Bux website. And so I was learning about some of our history, and I started Bug Bux during COVID. So in 2020, my pest control company is about 6 years old, and I'm just feeling really disconnected from people. Everybody's stay at home, whatever. And so I started the group and I started a podcast. In the beginning, this podcast was called Start and Grow Your Pest Control Company. Unique, I know. But my very first guest, and it was July 27th, 2020, was a woman named Georgia Eaton. And she has
Is this the one with the husband?
I think she has a husband.
I know. No. Big qualifier there.
No, the one with the really cool personal story. Because I think I might have heard it. It was like super, super sweet. Something happened.
Well, I think you.
Oh, sorry.
So,
okay.
That's somebody else.
Oh, okay. Because
that's an incredible story. Like,
I hope
I don't
one day
cry
I meet
a
her.
lot in my episodes, but like,
Yes.
and I think I tried to hide it well with her, but so that's a more recent one.
my
So
gosh,
the one
okay.
that I'm talking
Beautiful.
about. Oh yeah. So for the listener, you have to check out
Go
that
listen to that
episode.
one.
It probably dropped end of December, early January of this year. So. But Georgia Eaton, she owns, I think it's called Got Gophers in like the Bay Area.
Amazing.
Incredible. She was my very first podcast guest. I remember back then, like, I didn't even think people would like agree to be a guest on my show. But since then, I've had lots of incredible female interactions with, and it's like Sky Lajani. Do you guys know Sky?
No.
Oh my gosh. So you have to, I have to connect you with Sky. She's in Louisiana.
Okay.
Oh, and she's just what do you call her? She just goes out and gets stuff done.
Love that.
She is incredible. She's partners with her husband, and they do incredible things. She is boss babe a bad term?
Not to me.
I don't think so.
Oh, she is the boss babe. Like
I love
I don't,
that.
and I don't mean that in a bad way. Like she's just incredible. But that's like I just like connecting people.
Yeah.
100%.
And so she created something called the Eagle's Nest, which is a networking group that she does, and she helps other companies build their. And she has a wildly successful pest control company in Louisiana.
Awesome.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I see,
definitely
like,
to
so
connect
much-
with her.
Totally.
like in you, like in these different like people that I know in the industry, and I just for me, like there's. I'm trying not to be offensive. I want you guys to be like, to let your light shine, not because you're women.
Yes.
No,
just-
totally. Yeah.
Like-
that's not a, yeah.
Right? I don't want you to have this I want you to let your light shine because you're doing awesome things.
Yes.
Period. End of sentence, right?
Yes.
I appreciate that.
So,
No qualifiers.
Yeah.
exactly. So, I really hope that didn't come across disrespectfully, but
Not to us.
No, not at all.
because for me, I think you're awesome. Like, I want to have you guys back on the show in like a year.
Oh my gosh.
And then we revisit it. We're like, hey, tell me about the branding. Tell me about the growth. Tell me
Yes.
about
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
So,
Done.
Great idea.
Sign us up.
well, you guys are awesome.
Thanks
and
so much.
you're my competitors. Actually, I just interviewed two of my competitors. And for me, it's like, I couldn't care less. I mean, I created a platform where I share pretty much everything that I know about pest control
Right.
companies and how to build them. And I share them online and via podcast. So
I will
just
say
want you guys
that
to be
about
successful.
this industry
100%.
too. Having been part of a few male-dominated industries, this has definitely been the most welcoming and collaborative.
100%.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people like us, like you, like your previous interview, that really sincerely seem to want to just have everyone do good because everyone can do good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because a bulk of our interview, that's what we talked about.
Right.
So, well, awesome. I need some parting thoughts. First off, we need to send, and we'll link in the show notes your Instagram. We need to
Okay.
send people to Instagram. What's the
Please.
Instagram? And then for the person that, give me your Instagram, and then I need a message, closing thoughts for the person that thinks they don't belong in this industry. What would you say to
Oh
them?
my gosh. Oof. Well, our Instagram is at Peppermint Pest Control.
Yes, super simple.
And then you can go ahead and give that because you're so
Someone
articulate.
who doesn't think that they should be a part of this industry.
Yeah, so you're kind of outsiders in more ways than
Yes,
one
yes.
in pest
correct.
control.
That's
yeah.
fair.
What's the message? Like,
I think that it's less about bugs and more about people.
Yeah.
I love that.
100%. I said it's we're not in the bug business, we're in the trust business.
I agree 100%. When I do trainings and stuff, I talk about how we're not selling spray. They can buy the spray.
Right.
They can buy it. There's actually companies that have subscriptions where they can buy it and they don't want to. It's way cheaper. That's not what they want, right? It's like we're selling peace of mind. And in order to get peace of mind, they have to trust us.
Exactly.
AI is getting crazy. I just dropped an episode. I think it aired this morning, but AI is going to get to the point where we are going to be doing preemptive reservices. So we're going to have such good data with climate, with weather, with geographic location, time of day, all this demographic household information, that we are going to have the ultimate form of trust because we are going to be going out and scheduling reservices for people
Right.
to take care of the ants that are in their kitchen before
Before-
the ants are in their kitchen.
I love that.
Love that.
So anyway, I love this.
Yes.
Trust is huge. Your guys' branding is incredible. Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having us.
You guys are awesome. We'll make sure to put that in the show notes. And for the listener, you got to join our Facebook group, BUG-BUX. Find us there, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you so much for listening to the Bug Bux Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, please show your support by subscribing and leaving us an honest 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts. Thank you, and we'll catch you on the next episode.